Hey guys, Dylan from Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to the Punisher One Last Kill special presentation. As Frank Castle searches for meaning beyond revenge, he's unexpectedly pulled back into the fight. Now, this is what Frank was doing during the finale, well, not finale, the last season of Daredevil. So, that means we have, I don't know, couple weeks worth of content in universe. Was it days or weeks that was over? I don't know. Or it could be even more so because it's also from him having left the uh AVTF facility. Let's see. Um, there we go. I was talking like that because it was loading very slowly. Um, let's get this started. This should also lead us into uh Spider-Man Brand New Day? One New Day? No, it's One More Day. It's a comic. Yeah, Brand New Day. Um, and where we know Punisher's going to show up. So this might lead directly into that, or it might just fill in some of the gaps. But let's get it started in three, two, one, go. Why? Why does that have audio? I remember the last one of these that we saw was the Werewolf by Night. Is that the same bunker that he was in, or is this a different one? Keep showing those same photos. The new Tuesday. Isn't that one of the families from Welcome Back, Frank? I wonder how many of those characters will be brought into it. Yes, yes, it is. That is the family from Welcome Back, Frank. And head taken off. Well, I can't wait for them to be taken out. I thought about saying something better not happen to the dog, but I know it would have been pointless. Yeah, you just now think of that? I don't know if those were the same screams of the um, old vet or as he was credited in the subs. At least Dennis seemed to be responding to. Seems they had some form of rapport prior to whatever drugs he was on. Is that the same cup that Peter was drinking out of? End of No Way Home. They showed that little girl looking at him again as he walked past. She's going to be the catalyst for this, isn't she? Well, that was quick, unless that's a different cop car. He really is fucking broken if he's just walking through all of it. So this is. They did the events of Welcome Back Frank, or Welcome Home, off screen, considering the Nucci family's taken out already. There was no reference to Ma, though. Leaving the key to his guns in his wife's hands. He knows he's not metaphorically going upstairs. Right, that was a thing from Daredevil Season 2, wasn't it? He said his daughter asked for it and He said he was too tired, maybe tomorrow, but there wasn't a chance tomorrow. You can blame it all. I'm sorry I had to. Um, what, are we having a fucking Twilight 2 situation here? Or is this the one that's gonna be in Spider-Man, who we think has some mind capabilities? Thought that looked like a Punisher version of him, but the skull didn't really come through, so I wasn't sure. Hello, Ma. I need to check something after this. I don't think she deserved that. To be fair, neither did either of the girls at the pool. Back at Dave. I forget what the girl's name was. Karen. He's seeing her as well. Little Strange is seeing her in his wife's jumper. No, she's not. That's really not doing much again. That's gas. I appear to be on fire. Of course, I have this kind of music on Frank going on a rampage. Did he just intentionally take a steel bat to the ribs in order to catch it? You've just given Frank a gun. It's a pipe bomb. Yay! Maybe you should have been cleaning up the streets a little bit. He's going over the edge. What happened to the other guy? Yeah, I'm sorry, but if I was sending people against the Punisher, I would instruct them to do what the people in New York tried to do with the Kingpin. Bum rush him with no weapons. Yes, some of you are still getting taken out, but you're not putting anything into his hands. Improvised smoke bomb. Smoke grenade. What is the thing on the outside of the gun? Wouldn't it make more sense to be on the inside so that it's... I don't know anything about guns, so... I busted the stock on that. It's twice now he's been tagged. Now, it's interesting that Ma was already in a wheelchair prior to encountering Frank. Because in the comics, he fed her to like a polar bear at the zoo. And she lost both her arms and her legs. Well, that's one way to try and attack him. I thought this was called One More Kill. Or One Last Kill. I thought he was knocking him off to get the bike. Hmm. She didn't seem to expect that of him. I forgot it was a bounty situation and they're all not like working together. So yeah, some of them would take the others out. Oh, he ruined all the pastries. Ow. I think he's dead, Frank. Come on, Frank, you know better than that. The poppy. Out of everything, that's the thing that got me a little misty. He was never getting away. Yeah, I was not expecting that to be what it was. Because that was completely unconnected from everything. I'm not complaining, that was entertaining to watch. And it recontextualized Frank's drive after taking out everyone that he thought, well, held responsible for his family's death. Like, that's something you do need to do with the character to turn it from a mission of revenge into a mission of preventing it from happening to anyone else. Because that is the way several Punisher stories have taken the character of once he has no one else to get revenge on, he becomes, I don't want to say lethal protected because that's Venom's moniker, but sort of the same thing. Like he does what he does to stop other people from having to go through near what he went through. And that's where he ended up by the end of this of protecting the people in the apartment building and then choosing, does he go after the one responsible or does he help someone? And he chose the latter. And because of that, he essentially got validated for his actions by the little girl. Like, yeah, anyone would be appreciative of his actions of saving their family. But he took it to be that his own daughter, who he was projecting onto the girl, was there approving of his actions. And then you've got the old vet at the end who nodded, as in giving Frank permission to take out the one who killed his dog at the start, which was always going to happen, but having the extra step of him looking to the vet for permission almost is. I wonder where they're going to take that aspect of the character. Because that can almost lead into a dangerous field of like portraying the people of New York, or in this case, Little Sicily, I think it was, of condoning Frank's actions, which the general public doesn't. But it was entertaining to watch, and it's good to get the Punisher back. But really, this was all this was getting Frank back in the action. After his character in Daredevil Born Again Season 1, after escaping the task force and not slaughtering all of them, they needed something to turn Frank Castle back into the Punisher. So, yeah. I want to check. One sec. Okay, I'm back. I actually looked through the comics. Welcome Back, Frank, Part 1 and 2. Of there's no actual mention of Ma having a husband. So he started with the three boys. Uh, Eddie, Bobby, then um, Carlo. Um, Doesn't actually say what Carlos did. The others it gave, one was a dealer who watched business rivals OD for fun. The other was date rapist. They never said what the other one did. Um, but I was looking through it to see if the order he took them out in the book was the same order he took them out in this. Um, yeah, Mars still out there, so he didn't solve that problem, which is interesting. Um, yeah, there weren't any of the like ancillary characters from that story. There wasn't really time for them. Plus, they were also done back during one of the Punisher movies. I forget which one. But yeah, so there were elements of that in this, especially with him in like an apartment building fighting through the halls and that. So yeah. Anyway, this did not tie into Daredevil in any way, did not explain his absence in any way, nor does it tie into Spider-Man other than having him back as the Punisher. So yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that he was still not working in the start of Daredevil, this could have even come in the years before that started. So anyway, I'm gonna end this one here. I'll catch you in the next one.